$5 million. Your name on the ticket, your numbers on the screen. You check once, you check twice, you check a third time with hands that won't stop shaking. It's real. It's all real. And in exactly 5 years from this moment, you will have nothing. Not almost nothing, nothing. This is that story. You bought it on a Tuesday, not even a special Tuesday, a nothing Tuesday. You stopped at a gas station for a bottle of water and a bag of chips, and on impulse, pure, thoughtless impulse, you slid $5 across the counter and asked for a quick pick. You forgot about it for 3 days. It sat in your car door pocket under a parking receipt and 2 expired coupons. Then, on Friday night, you're watching TV, half asleep, and they read the numbers. You sit up, you reach for your phone, you pull up the lottery website with one eye open and then both eyes open, and then you were standing up, and then you were not breathing. $5 million. You, a person who has been living paycheck to paycheck since the age of 19, a person whose credit score is 581, a person who once returned a $12 item at Target because rent was due. $5 million. You don't scream, you don't cry, you just stand in the middle of your living room at 11 p.m. on a Friday and laugh, alone, for a long time. And then they take almost $2 million in taxes before you see a single dollar. You knew this was coming, but seeing the actual number still hits you like cold water. You sit in a lawyer's office, a lawyer you found on Google at midnight 2 days after winning, and you sign papers you don't fully understand. He talks about trusts and structures and wealth management. You nod, you don't retain any of it because your brain is still stuck on the number, $3 million, in an account with your name on it. You drive home in your 2009 Honda Civic with the check engine light permanently on, and you think just for a moment about being responsible, about investing, about living exactly as you do now and letting the money grow. You think about it all the way home, and then you park and you open your phone and you start looking at cars, and the car is first, black. Foreign, $145,000. You tell yourself it's an investment. You know it isn't. Then the apartment. You break your lease, $3,000 penalty, and move into a place that costs $8,500 a month, floor-to-ceiling windows, downtown, a doorman who learns your name in the first week. You buy furniture you saw in a magazine, a couch that costs more than your old car, art that you don't understand but that the gallery owner says is important. You tell yourself you deserve this, and maybe you do, but here is what nobody tells you about suddenly having money. Everyone finds out. Your phone starts ringing in a way it never has before. Old friends you haven't heard from in years, a cousin you met once at a funeral, a girl from high school who never once looked at you now sliding into your messages with a very casual, "Hey, heard the news, so happy for you." You feel good about it at first. You were generous. You buy dinners, you cover rounds, you pick up tabs without looking at them. It feels like love. It isn't. And then you have a new circle. You didn't go looking for them. They found you. 3 guys who know someone who knows someone. They dress well, they talk fast, they always know the best restaurant, the best table, the best after party. They make you feel like you belong to something. You don't ask how they make their money. They don't ask how you got yours. That's the unspoken deal. And one of them, call him Marcus, pulls you aside one night and tells you about an opportunity, a club in Miami. Investors are getting in at the ground floor. 300% return in 18 months. He's already in for $200,000. You say you'll think about it. You don't think about it. 3 weeks later, you wire $250,000. Marcus shakes your hand. The club opens 6 months later. It closes 4 months after that. Your $250,000 is gone. Marcus stops returning your calls. You learn your first lesson, but not your last. And then your mother calls. She needs help with the house. The roof is bad, has been for years. You say, of course, $40,000. Done. Then your brother, he has a business idea. He just needs startup capital. You've heard this before, back when neither of you had any money and it was just talk. But now it's not talk. Now you can actually do it. $80,000. He promises to pay you back. You tell him not to worry about it. Then an uncle, then a friend of your mother's who is almost family, then a cousin whose situation is genuinely an emergency. You say yes to all of it. Not because you're stupid, because you were raised to help people. Because when you had nothing and someone needed something, you gave what you could. The difference is, now what you can give has 3 zeros on the end, and the requests don't stop. They never stop, because the moment you say yes once, you become the answer to everyone's problem, and everyone has a problem. And then 1 year in, you have spent over $2 million, and you sit with the question of whether you feel $2 million better. On your $8,500 apartment, on your $14,000 couch, and the answer is no. But you don't slow down, because slowing down would mean admitting something you're not ready to admit. You go to Vegas twice, not to gamble seriously, just for fun. $60,000 between both trips. You lease a second car. You start flying business class as a standard. You take 4 vacations in 12 months. Bali, Santorini, Dubai, Tokyo. You document all of it. You get followers. The followers make it feel real, like you are supposed to be living this way, like this is who you are always meant to be. But at 3 a.m., sometimes you open your banking app and you stare at the number, and the number is going in one direction. Only one direction, and it is moving faster than you thought possible. And then you have $400,000 left, and you are not panicking, not yet, because you have a plan. A friend of a friend runs a real estate investment group. You've seen the testimonials, you've seen the returns, 12 to 18% annually. You put in $300,000, everything except a $100,000 buffer. This is the move that fixes everything. This is the story you will tell people later about how you almost lost it all but turned it around. You wait 6 months, the returns look good on paper, you reinvest the paper returns. Then, one morning you try to log into your account dashboard, it doesn't load. You try the next day, same thing. You call the number on the website, disconnected. You search the company name online and you find a news article published 4 days ago, and the words fraud and SEC investigation and missing funds sit on the screen, and your body goes completely cold from the inside out. $300,000 gone in a way that isn't coming back. And then the apartment goes first. You cannot afford $8,500 a month on $55,000. You move into a studio, $1,200 a month. You sell the car, you sell the furniture. The art that the gallery owner said was important sells for $800 at a consignment shop. You tell yourself it is temporary, you are regrouping, you are strategizing, but there is a version of lying to yourself that you can only sustain for so long before the weight of the truth becomes too heavy to keep holding up. You call Marcus, disconnected. You call the people you bought dinners for, some answer, most don't. The ones who do are sympathetic in a way that has no warmth in it. You call your brother, he can't help right now, things are tight, the business didn't work out. You think about the $80,000, you don't say anything about it, you hang up. You sit in your studio apartment that is smaller than the walk-in closet in the last place, and you look at your phone and you scroll through photos from Dubai, Santorini, Tokyo, and the person in those photos looks like someone you used to know, someone happy, someone free, someone who had no idea what was coming. And now it is 5 years, exactly 5 years from that Tuesday, since the gas station, since the water and the chips and the $5 quick pick in your car door pocket, and you are back at zero. Not almost zero, zero. The credit cards are maxed. The savings are gone. You are applying for jobs you would have had at 22, filling out applications with hands that once signed checks for $250,000. And here is what nobody prepares you for. It is not the money you grieve, not really. It's the version of yourself that existed for those 2 years, the one who walked into rooms differently, the one who never checked the price of anything, the one who felt, for the first and only time in his life, like the world was built for him. That version of you is gone, and you would give anything to have him back. But here is the thing about money, the thing nobody tells you at the gas station counter when you hand over your $5. Money does not change your life. It amplifies it. Every good habit you had gets bigger. Every bad habit you had gets bigger. Every relationship gets tested. Every insecurity gets louder. Every weakness finds a way out. You didn't lose $5 million because you were unlucky. You lost it because you never learned what money was for before you had it. And that is a lesson that doesn't cost $5 million to learn. It just costs the willingness to learn it before the ticket comes. And now you are back at the gas station, Different Tuesday, same counter, same cashier almost. You buy a water, you buy chips, you look at the lottery display for a long time, you put your $5 back in your pocket and you walk out, because some lessons only arrive one way, and the question is whether you are paying attention.